Hey guys, welcome back here to the Hillside. Today is very special. We're at the park. I did the winter's walk video, same park. Anyhow, I just found this. This is an amazing find. Okay, so like I said, this is a park. It's a nice, beautiful field and everything. They just apparently have mowed all this stuff up, pushed it off to the side of the field here, and this is a great thing to add to your garden. Okay, leaves and other organic matter are so important, and they're free, they're abundant, and like this example right here, people just push it off to the side, push it into the trees. Even worse, they might bag it up and just have the trash company or the city take it away and put it in a dump somewhere. Such a waste. Guys, if you find this treasure like this, do not let it go to waste. So today, I'm gonna just collect some leaves and take them back and show you how I'm gonna use them in my garden. Yeah, and see now, in this, there are some pine needles, some broken down grass, mostly leaves. This is gonna be a great source of carbon or brown material to add to a compost pile. Or what I'm gonna do is just add it directly to the top layer of my garden, let it act as a mulch while it continues to break down all season until the springtime, adding tons and tons of organic matter. This will be absolutely swarming with worms and beneficials by the time spring comes around. Guys, I've done this for years. I have the darkest, blackest garden soil, and it's not by accident. It's because of this right here. Leaves, leaf mold, leaf compost, whatever you want to call it, is an absolute, just wonderful amendment for your garden soil. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and collect some more of these leaves and stuff, and I'll show you what we do with it back in the garden. Hey guys, what are you gonna do for fun today? I don't know, let's go to the park and find some leaves and put them into a bag. That'd be nice, that'd be fun. Let's do that. That's what everybody does for fun, right? Why not? Let's go find some leaves. All right, so back at the house here, here's what I need to show you guys. Look, see, it is still January, okay? It's January 15th, I think. Flower bulbs are already starting to pop up. This right here, this is a columbine, nice perennial flower, beautiful little blue flowers on it. But like I said, it's January. We've had a couple warm days after a really extended cold stretch. So I think these plants are starting to kind of come back to life right now, which is entirely too soon. So because I found these leaves, okay, I'm actually gonna recover this entire area with more leaves to try to insulate the flowers here and the plants, and try to hope they don't get hit by a hard frost and kind of die back, or to stunt them, or possibly even kill them if it's a hard enough frost and they're already actively trying to grow. So some plants, like the flower bulbs, do have a bit of a built-in antifreeze, if you call it. They can take a little bit of cold weather, but some stuff, if it starts sprouting too early and it gets frosted off, is never a good thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and use some leaves and cover this spot right here to help insulate it. Now, one thing to note, this is mostly, it looks like oak leaves and pine, which have a tendency to be a little acidic. People are afraid about putting pine needles directly on your garden. It's just going to instantaneously make it this ungrowable, acidic soil, which is just not true, okay? Fresh, yes, I think the research does show that fresh pine needles do have a bit of acidity to them, but once they break down to basically a 7.0 or a very neutral pH. So don't be afraid to add a little bit of pine needles in your garden. All right, so one drawback of putting this nice layer of organic matter such as leaves and the pine needles, etc. Although it does gonna, protect the canna lily bulbs down here that are technically supposed to be dug in the fall because they're not supposed to be able to survive zone 6, zone 7. Multiple reasons why I think they've been protected. As you can kind of tell here, when the plants in the fall die down, I just chop them down in place and use the existing plant material as a natural mulch for the bulbs. And I also will keep continuously adding more organic matter on top, which is going to break down, feed the soil. It's also going to keep the bulbs warm. However, the drawback is in the spring, it may not warm up very quickly. Okay, this is actually going to be a blanket that's actually going to keep the sun from penetrating down and keeping the soil cooler. So what I do is in the spring, when I start noticing that the weather is going to be permanently warm and we're getting into good, consistent, warm days, I'll actually will take this off, skim the most of this stuff off, and re-add it to my compost pile or someplace else, and let the plants naturally just kind of grow and get the natural sunlight, etc., etc. So do keep that in mind, that just because you're mulching it, it does have some drawbacks, but as long as you're willing to work with it, it's not a big deal. All right, so one last thing, guys. It's hard for me to admit this, but I have a problem. I have clay soil. I admit it. But you know what? It's not always the worst thing, okay? Just joking aside, but adding organic matter like the leaves. All right, like I said, this is the absolute blessing in disguise. Adding leaves will actually increase the organic matter to your soil. It will also help, charge all the microorganisms and eventually help break down the clay and at least make it a little bit better, okay, than the hard, red, sticky clay that we really have here as a native soil. So if I can kind of move aside this a little bit, like over the years, I mean, this is kind of frozen, but look at that soil, okay? That's black, all right? It's really cold and wet right now, but it was this really, really hard yellowish red clay that if you dig down deep enough, of course, you're gonna find the hard red clay again. But adding organic matter on a consistent basis, not just one time, there's no one time, fixes everything. Add this every fall and you'll be blessed with better soil, more organic matter, healthier plants, and just all around more beautiful garden. So thanks for hanging out with me guys today at the Hillside Garden as I'm teaching you about collecting leaves and how to use them in your garden for winter protection, for insulation, building organic matter into soil, and increasing just the natural fertility all around. All right guys, until next time, thanks for hanging out. Bye-bye.